Welcome to the Big Ten Western Division Disappointment Bowl. Purdue hosting Nebraska. The Huskers came in at 4-4, and their road woes continue. Now 1-8 under Scott Frost on the road. Purdue came in at 2-6, so they've got to win out to make a bowl game. These two were considered to be two of the top contenders in the Big Ten West when the season started. Of course, Nebraska was picked by the media and many others as the favorite and the winner of the Big Ten Western Division. That's not going to happen. The Huskers got out to a 10-0 lead, as they often do in many of these disappointing finishes for them. They get out to the 10-0 lead, a la the 17-0 lead against Colorado on the road, a game that they blew in overtime. MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. Please like, comment, share the videos, and subscribe if you love the game that we love, that we debate, discuss, and analyze each and every day. Really, the highlight of that 10-0 lead for Nebraska was Adrian Martinez, who finished 24 of 39, scrambling around on a fourth down play. So they went forward in plus territory, fourth down. Martinez scrambling all over the place, showing his running ability, his scrambling ability, his ability to elude defenders and then deliver the ball strongly down the field to a wide open Kanawai Noah down inside the 5-yard line of Purdue. That went for 34 yards and led to that score to make it again 10-0 at that point. All right, we pick it up. Nebraska leading 20-17, 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Purdue tight end Bryson Hopkins, one of the very best in the Big Ten, came up with a couple key third down conversions in this one. Finished 8 catches for 97 yards. After the first completion that led to a first down conversion, Hopkins actually was holding on a play that Jack Plummer, the quarterback, ran for a nice gain to convert another first down. So Hopkins gets caught for the hold, which was actually a tackle in which he threw the Nebraska defender practically onto the sideline. But then he made up for it the very next play on a 3rd and 5 as Plummer hit Hopkins downfield to convert. And Plummer did a very nice job of delivering the football downfield with Mo Berry right in his ribs. Drew Brees, shown many times throughout the game and specifically in the fourth quarter, cheering on the faithful Purdue. Drew Brees has certainly been a big supporter of his alma mater and supporting Purdue football. We've seen many of the locker room speeches that he's given before the games. Plummer on a big scramble. His leg was caught in between 3 defenders. He had to leave the game. JoJo Doman, the main culprit on the hit with 8 minutes to play. Again, Purdue driving down 20-17. In comes Aiden O'Connell. O'Connell had to take over for an injured Plummer last week against Illinois. Couldn't get the job done despite hitting on 8 of 14 passes for 67 yards against the Illini. O'Connell 6 of 7 for 62 yards in this one, and we'll highlight some of his big plays down the stretch. Interesting remark made by Fox analyst Spencer Tillman about the lack of effort from a few different Nebraska players, considering the game's on the line and not hustling downfield to make some plays. All right, King Drury with a touchdown for Purdue. Huge hole up the middle as the Purdue offensive line was taking hold against Nebraska's front in the fourth quarter. Boilers led it at 24-20. Drury hit on 71 yards rushing on 15 carries. Okay, Nebraska gets the ball back. So this goes from a bit of a lazy game in which the offenses could mount a little for most of the game to a scoring fest in the fourth quarter. Nebraska takes over with 6.5 minutes left on the clock, down 24-20 at this point. Wan'Dale Robinson, the prized freshman, with a big first down conversion in which he actually showed some receiving acumen by reading the coverage, the zone coverage, finding the soft spot in the zone, huddling up right there, catching the first down completion to convert and move the chains. J.D. Spielman with the play of the series, 42 yards down the middle, found the seam. Nobody could keep up with him. He goes for 42 down to the Purdue 16-yard line. J.D. Spielman, of course, one of the best wide receivers in the Big Ten. 6 catches for $123 on the day. Touchdown, Nebraska on Adrian Martinez. Legs from 4 yards out, led 27-24. Purdue comes back. They go 82 yards. So the Nebraska defense playing so well to mount a 10-0 lead. for the first quarter and a half of the game, dominating the Purdue offense. Let's up again down the stretch, and specifically in the fourth quarter and the final 3 drives of the game. A reverse to Ronnie Bell. David Bell ended this particular drive. Well-designed reverse, not just your standard reverse play, but they had the run action RPO going to the right side. Bell was reversing to the left. They pitched it to him 9 yards out. Nobody touched him. Nobody was even aware of what was going on the Nebraska defense. 31-27, just over a minute on the clock. So Nebraska's got it. They've got a couple timeouts. 31-27 game. They've got over a minute left. It comes down to a 4th and 3, and instead of calling their final timeout, they tried to rush it, couldn't make it happen. The offense didn't look set. They didn't look organized. They didn't look ready. They probably should have called the timeout. They were down to about 28 seconds at that point. David Barnes with a batted pass at the line, so Nebraska didn't even really get a chance to execute the play. Again, a batted pass at the line on 4th and 3 by Derek Barnes, and Purdue wins it over Nebraska, 31-27 in West Lafayette. So for the Boilers, a much needed win. They go to 3-6 on the season. They have to continue to win out to make postseason play again. At Northwestern, at Wisconsin, of course, they will be a heavy underdog in that one on the road. And then they finish up with the old Oak and Bucket game against Indiana, a game that they have needed to win the last 2 years in 2017 and 18 to make postseason play, and they did it. Now for Nebraska, 4-5 with the loss. Again, 1-8 on the road under Scott Frost. They've got Wisconsin at Maryland, which the Terps are really reeling, but Iowa. So Wisconsin, Iowa left on the schedule. That would equal a 5-7 record for the Huskers, who would be staying home if they're not able to pull off a major upset against either Wisconsin or Iowa, and that's even counting the Maryland win. So a couple teams that really need to put it on down the stretch to make postseason play. Our thoughts on Nebraska and Purdue, a couple disappointments for this season, but the vibe in West Lafayette obviously on the uptick after this win in comeback fashion against the Huskers. For Nebraska football, it continues to be a disappointment here in 2019. Lock it in here at the Voice of College Football. Like, comment, share the videos, and subscribe. We will be back soon with more instant analysis.